Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to do a spirituality video. Before we start, leave a like and subscribe in the channel, on the video I mean, if you enjoyed the channel, and use the links down below to check more of my content and services as well. So today we are here to talk about that there is power in the jiggle. Shout out to Archangel Uriel, he's the main propagator of this message, but I'm here not to talk about specifically or generally, I'm here to talk specifically about it, alright? And to distinguish where or how there is power in the jiggle, right? Because females and males, they both have power in the jiggle, but in different ways, right? So let's explore a little bit. Females, they have power in the jiggle in the physical sense. They can jiggle their booty, jiggle those hips, jiggle those titties, you know what I'm saying? And it makes mostly men, but not only, even other women, even other females, pay attention to a female that knows how to jiggle very well, right? And what does this do? Generally, externally, it creates, it absorbs attention and creates excitement, creates movement, right? Change, arousement, and the only thing constant in the universe is change. And spirits love transformation and going through something and roller coaster stories. And so, in a physical sense, on a hormonal sense as well, if you want to go to those parts, women or females jiggling have power in that. And then, by the physical excitement, the movement of the blood, it can or it helps with creativity. For an example, breaking obstacles, breaking perspectives that were too fixed for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, because also emotionally, females have the power to jiggle emotions, or in this case, juggle, right? Like a juggler, to juggle emotions and feelings, to make them move, to transform a sad emotion into a positive emotion, and the other way around. And men, like, every time we see, especially older men, talking about or their wives do this, their wives do that, their wives never shut up. And I think that's a thing very much from the older generations. I don't think us younger generations will have that dynamic with our females, but that's for another video, right? One of the things they're always joking about, but also being serious, is that that could be the most perfect day, and their wives can ruin it, right? Just by being there, just by talking, just by saying something in a certain way. So females can also juggle the moods, the feelings, the vibe of the room, right? And that's very powerful in itself, because you can transform a bad circumstance in a good circumstance, right? And that's where the females have most power, by jiggling, right? But also men can do that as well, but I think no man shaking their ass will change the world, but females do. And it's like, I'm not talking about strippers, I'm not talking about just doing that randomly on the street for everybody to see, right? It has its space and time, but in general, right, it's true, there is power in the jiggle. And like I said, just to be very clear, the power is focusing attention of the physical jiggle, is the focus of attention and the rising of energy, excitement, creativity, that spark. And the juggle of emotions is the ability to change one circumstance into another circumstance at will, right? Well, the thing is, most females are not aware of this power, and most females that are already jiggling those hips, jiggling that booty, they don't know their power, and they just throwing it away, basically. And in almost every spirituality content, you will see that that's the main reason of the world being a bad place, because it's not. It's also about the perspective, but the main reason of everything negative is people throwing their power away. But that's why we're here. That's why I'm here to specifically talk about that, right? But now, how males can jiggle, because males also have power in the jiggle, but in less obvious ways, because you can see it as clearly and you can feel it as clearly, but they do, because men can jiggle thoughts and words, right? Because a female, they don't need to speak much, or sometimes they don't even need to speak. Just their presence is already jiggling, right, the room. But the man can, with certain words, right, explain the same thing, for an example, in many different ways, conveying the same message, right, but to different audiences, to different realms of reality, to different perspectives. And then a man or a male, right, or male vibe, because the spirit is androgynous, and then we choose to be more masculine, external, expressive, or to be more feminine, internal, and receptive. So when people, if you are born a male, you chose to be that. But you are not just a male, you are more a male than female. But you have both energies, otherwise you wouldn't be here, that's for sure. Right? So males, right, coming back to the point, they can jiggle words and thoughts, right? A male can transform the circumstance by speaking real good or adapting the speech to a specific audience and to a specific circumstance. Females have more troubles doing that, or that's the reason why males are way better as well at dealing with laws, taxations, because many times in these law texts and even religious scriptures, they are trying to convey sometimes or most times a simple message, but in very complicated terms, right? And that's a part of the spell, right? And males can jiggle the words, right? They can take the vibe and encapsulate it, put it in a specific shape and form in a more realistic way, right? While females, they do that with their bodies in a more physical way. And then with the thought, males can jiggle thoughts real good, right? Males can be in the worst situation possible, and that's why you see a lot of males being very minimalistic, and they don't really care about if their house is full of nice decorations and comfy, because they don't need that external representation. They can do it themselves in their own mind. They can take the worst situation possible and through the thoughts, through the mind, bear with it, or even be happy. While the females, most times they need to transform the circumstance, like I said, through emotions, through jiggling their booty if possible. Men, they jiggle their mind and they stay on track. You know what I'm saying? And also they have the power to jiggle words, right? And change circumstances through words, through speaking, right? And yeah, that's it. There is power in the jiggle. And when we say that, or when you hear people talk about that, it will be most times referred to females, right? Because it's more powerful. And this is not saying that women are more powerful, because like I said, even if you're a male, you also have feminine aspects. So when we say females are more powerful, what we mean is the power to receive, contain, and take care of something in the internal realm is more powerful than expressing and be more external, right? Because the external realm comes from the internal realm. But we need both, all right? So there is power in the jiggle. Make sure you are jiggling in some way, exercising your body, your emotions, your mind, because many people, that their problem is they don't go to new scenarios, or they block even in their imagination. So they're not jiggling their emotions, they're not jiggling their mind. You know what I'm saying? And many people, especially in those very obese countries, they're not even juggling their bodies, right? So how you want to make something happen in your life? How you want to make something change if you have no jiggle? If you have no jiggle, you have no power. And now you know, females, they have more power, or you see their power being shown more through physical jiggle and emotional jiggle, jiggle wiggle, right? And men, or masculine male characteristics, have their jiggle, or they show their power through thought jiggle and word jiggle. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I see you next time. This is the Cloud Surfer, surfing out.